Hello and welcome to our third session on modeling, and in this session we are going to modify the primitives that we had created in our second session. So to begin with, I will come into the Epic Games launcher, double click to launch it. Now here I will come into Unreal Engine library, and now here we are working on this SartvicOffice.uproject. So I will double click to open this. Now as usually we see this error message which is not of importance, so I will just clear this, I will close this and I will dismiss this warning, and we are currently open with this modeling_practice map. If it is not open, come to content drawer, and here in content maps we have this modeling_practice. So you can open this. I am going to start with a simple chair. So for that I will come over here and I will temporarily off this SM gate. I will select the floor and press F to zoom to it. Then I am going to now come here into the modeling tool, and here I will start with a box. I will create a simple box which is of 100 by 100 with 111 subdivision, and everything I have set it to its default, and I will bring it here and just click to add this box here, and I will click accept. I have to convert this box into a chair. So I will press F and zoom into this box. I will also off this SM_site area, and I will concentrate only on this model. As of now, when we created this box, it is of the size 100 centimeter by 100 centimeter with a depth of 100 centimeter. If you come into the right view and if you see this, you can see the pivot point of this box is currently present at the base. When you create the box, here you have one option of placing the pivot location. You can place it at base, centered or top. So I have kept it base. Instead of base, if I select centered and if I click it, you can see the pivot will be created at the center. Or else if I change this to top, see the pivot will be created to the top. I will cancel this. Here I have used the base, so that when I come into the location and reset it to 0, 0, 0, I will now come here and press F. So it is exactly at the center. I want to convert this into a chair, and the very first thing is I need the platform on which we are going to sit. So if you want to create a chair, you can come into Chrome and in Google just type chair dimensions and press enter. You get different images showing different dimensions of the chair. Say this is the dimension of a chair. So we approximately need 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter platform to sit. I will come back here in the drawing, and I have to convert this 100 by 100 box into 50 by 50, and the height I need 20 centimeters. I have to convert this 100 100 100 box into 50 50 20. I will now come into the perspective view and press F to zoom in here. I am going to shift to this mode, select mesh polygroup, and I am going to first select top face, and then in snapping I will come here and in location I will snap it by 10, and surface also I will enable. I am going to, when I move it now, every step it snaps by 10 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when I move it by 10, see this is now at the base, and I want this to be a thickness of 20 centimeter. So now I will move here, and along the Z axis, see I will move it by 20 centimeter. I want the sides to be 50 by 50. Currently it is 100 by 100. So I am going to select this polyface, and then if I drag it back, it moves back. Say if I move it by 10 places, it sits here. Then I am going to move it, say it has moved back by -50, and I am going to move it forward by 50 units. To do it precisely, I will come in the right view. See these things are hiding me. I will press G to hide everything, and then I will move it 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see here from minus 50 to 0, I have moved it. I will come into the perspective view. This is made 50 and I will right click and turn on the other side, press D. This navigation we use it with WASD, and I will rotate the mouse down and I will reduce the speed, press Q and come down, and I am going to select this face. First I will move it totally to the back here, and then see I will now come to the top view and I am going to move it by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I have a platform which is 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter and the height is 20 centimeter. If I come into the perspective view, press here the top face, I will move it down by another 10 centimeters down. So now I have 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter and a thickness of 10 centimeter. This is the dimension of my chair platform. I have to draw the legs. If I try to draw the leg, I need to divide this entire platform into further divisions. When we created this, we had created with one subdivision, but I need more subdivision to create the legs. If you want to add subdivision precisely, then for all this purpose, we will come into the select menu here. And when I come into the select menu, if I first want to add a subdivision, the tool that we use here is insert loop. So when I click on insert loop, you have three options here: even, proportional offset and distance offset. Proportional offset, if I click and if I bring my mouse over here, you can now see actually I am having one cut moving, a green line moving, and this indicates the cut. I can move anywhere here and click it, and now this is divided into two parts. Right now I will cancel this and I will again come into insert loop, and if I use even, then it will ask how many number of cuts you need. So my leg size is 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter. So now this length is 50. So if I create 5 loops here, then automatically every loop here will be 10 centimeter. So now I will just come here and click, and you have this entire surface divided into 5 parts. Plane along the Y plane also I will bring the mouse here, and if I click it once, see, this has now divided my entire chair block into 5 blocks horizontally and 5 blocks vertically. I will click accept. So now you understand the function of this insert loop. I have to pull down the leg. I will right click, press Q to move up. I moved up with too much fast. I will press E, then I will just roll the mouse down to reduce the speed, then I will just press now Q, and I see the base now. Now I am going to select this face. So I am in the face selection mode, this face, with shift press this shape face, with shift press this face, and with shift press this face. Now I want these 4 faces to be pulled down. Now if I drag this, what happens, see, the thing is the geometry itself is getting changed. I doesn't want this geometry to be changed because now you are dragging those faces down. I doesn't want to drag it. Then I will just undo this, and then instead of pulling it down, I come and choose this option extrude, and when I click on extrude, the extrude menu is going to open, and now I have to decide what should be the height of my chair. I want it to be 50 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I got, now if I click accept, so I have now just converted my simple cube into a stool by using this modification tool, and by this we explored 2 options. One is insert loop to add subdivisions, and extrude to pull out a face and create an extrusion like this. So, we extruded 4 legs here. I will go to file and choose save all. This box whatever I have created, if you come into the content drawer in my created model Sartvik, you are seeing this box created here, but it is named something box underscore 0D4. So, I am just going to right click and I am going to rename this as SM and I will call it simple chair. I will press F2 and I will name this as SM simple chair. We are going to next draw the backside rest. I will come directly in the top view, and in the top view this is the area where I want to create the backside projection. So, I am going to click and select with this select mesh polygroup face mode is selected. I will click and select one. I will select this face with shift pressed. I will select this second, third, fourth, fifth. See, I have selected the 6 faces here. I am going to now come perspective view, and apart from this I will right click and I will press Q and come down here. I am also going to select another set of faces. See, in the previous session when we pulled out the leg, all the faces were facing down. If I select a set of faces facing in 2 different directions, this is facing up, I will press shift and select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, I have selected 2 sets of faces now. One face is facing to the top and another is facing to the right. So, now if I just click extrude and if I try to extrude it, now either I can extrude everything along the x axis like this and also move it along the z axis like this. So, this movement will be in this way. However, in these cases we are not going to use this extrude. I will cancel this. We are going to use this option offset. Now, you can immediately see here how the faces have got offset in their normals. So, the top faces are moving to the top and the side faces are moving to the side, and you have a 10 units of displacement happening from here to here. So, for this we make use of offset. So, right now 10 centimeters of offset is very huge. I am just going to reduce it to around 1 centimeter, or I will make it 2 centimeter. Press W and come closer. So, we have created this offset and click accept. I will next come into the top view now. So, I am in this polygroup face selection mode. I will again select one and with shift press select the last one. I select only these 2 faces. Then I will come into the perspective view, and this time to pull it up, instead of extrude, let us now try this push and pull. As I pull it, it is going to move up. As I pull down, see, it is going to cut off. The difference between extrude and pull push is, in case of pull push, when I pull it down, you can see the geometry is getting cut off. So, I can even pull it down and remove these 2 legs only. Whereas, in case of extrude, so instead of using this, I will just come here, I will undo this, and now again I will come back to the top view and I will select these 2 faces and I will perspective view, and this time if I use the extrude and if you show it to you. So, in case of extrude, now what happens is it moves up, but when I move down, see, the geometry is not getting cut, it gets one above the other. I will cancel this, and if for the same thing if I use push pull, then I can cut the geometry like this. And now I will use pull or extrude, I can use any option, and only thing is when it is moving here, I can come here and choose fixed and I can move it exactly by 60 centimeter, because I want my backside rest to be around 60 centimeter, and then I will click accept. In this block, again this is one single piece. You can see here all these are single pieces. Now I want to now create a geometry and connect this top portion, and this should be 10 centimeter. I am now going to again come into insert loops. We have drawn it 60 centimeter. So number of loops I will keep it at even and I will change it to 6, and if I click once here, this is divided into 6 cuts, and similarly I will click here and cut it into 6 pieces, and I will click accept, and I will come to the top, and now I am going to select this block, and I want now to join this to this block. I want to connect it. So again here, instead of using extrude, I will use push pull. Set this option to 30 is enough. So 30 it comes till here. So I will make it 40, so that it is correctly connected from here to here. See, you can see here we have created the chair like this. I want to create one more division here. I will click this face and this face both. Again I am going to use this push pull and 40 centimeter. This is fine. Right click and tilt a little, and I will move closer here. To precisely select it, I have to move a little closer here. Now only thing is here I need 3 cuts here to be added. I am going to come into insert loop, and I am going to create 6 cuts here. I will make 6 cuts here and 6 cuts here, and then I will click accept, and then I will leave one on space. I will select this face, which shift selected this face, which shift selected this face, these 3 faces, and then again I am going to use push pull, and now I will set the length to around 20 or even 10. 10 will be less, so I will set it to 20. It gets connected like this, and I click accept. To explore the other tools here, we have finished with this backrest. I will coming into this sitting area to this platform, and in this platform I will just press W and move to close up here. I am in this face selection mode, and I leave one set of the outer faces as it is and select the faces 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I now want this entire, which consists of 4 into 3, 12 faces. I want this as one single face. Come into this polygroup edit here and click on merge. I will click accept here, and then I am going to next come here and choose this inset option. So what does inset does is, when I click on inset and drag it, you can see that this face is having a slight border at the edge. See, you are seeing a small border at the edge. I can drag it a little like this, and I can set this inset. So this has created an inset now. I can just turn like this, press Q and move down. I am going to pull this a little down. So when I am pulling it, it moves by 10 units down. See, if I move it by 10 units down, this entire area will be cut off. I want to move it by just around 1 or 2 units. Then I will press Ctrl Z, and here in snapping, now I have to come to location, and I will set the snapping to 1 grid size. So setting it to 1 unit, now if I pull it 1, 2, I have pulled it by 2 units and then leave it. Now if I click outside and deselect it, we have created a small hollow area in this area. For the next option, I will just move a little. I will then press Q and come down, and coming down here, now I am going to select this bottom legs. See, I have one here, one here, one here and one here, and this time instead of inset, I am going to use outset. So, when I click on outset, now you can see that an outer area is created. Instead of going in, it is getting extended on the outer area. I can move it up like this, and even I can just move it down a little like this, and I can even come into the front view, and I will just right click, pan and see. So, I got an inset like this, you can see a small projection like this, and then I am going to next extrude this and pull it down like this, and I will pull it approximately by around 20 units. So, what I will do is I will come fixed here, 10 units is enough, that is 10 centimeters I have pulled it, and I click accept. So, now if I come into the perspective view, now we have this leg created like this. Actually, what happened was I just saved the file, and when I reopened it, we had created this SM simple chair as a static mesh, and we have saved it in our content drawer. But when we reopen it, the bug that we have in Unreal Engine is once we reopen that, I cannot use this select mesh and I cannot edit this. So, this is not possible if this is in the state of static mesh. So, I suggest you to build this entire model as a dynamic mesh instead of static mesh. I will just off this, and I have built a similar mesh now, and only difference is this mesh is a dynamic mesh. So, if it is a dynamic mesh, even if you quit and if you open it, you will have no issue. We still have one most important tool, which is the bevel tool, which we have not covered in this section, and this bevel tool and the X form and D form, we are going to cover it in our next session. Thank you.